Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to GB Live. Benson, joined by the wonderful Max back in the studio. Bro, it's been so long since we've been in the studio.
It honestly has been.
We have allowed Rich to just run riot in here, and that is not okay. So apologies.
We have taken it back.
We have.
We
got the helmet. Made
Halo.
it look pretty. We have Halo. Yes, of course. 4v4 Game Battles live tournament going on today. $1,000, man. What a money. We should first of all mention first place taking away $700. Second place, $300. Single elimination. Okay, and all games are going to be best of 3 today, Max. So I'm super excited. We were looking through the bracket earlier on. We'll take a look at it a little bit later as well. Some good teams signed up today. We're excited. Should be some good Halo action. But yeah, we recognize it's been a while since Halo has been at Major League Gaming. So we thought we'd kind of give a couple of people a crash test, essentially, as to what to expect in Halo 5 Guardians. We've got the game types for you and just a brief kind of breakdown of what maps they'll be played on. We'll start with Team Slayer. Of course, pretty basic. Everyone kind of should know what this one is. First 50 kills, control power weapons to eliminate the enemy. There, the maps: Eden, Rig, Plaza, Coliseum, Empire, Regret, and of course, Truth.
Yep, really excited to do another or to our first ever Halo 5 Guardians broadcast right here from the MLG.TV studio. And next, go and look at our next game mode. It's going to be Capture the Flag, also a fan favorite and a staple in Halo esports.
Yes.
Take a look at our maps: Truth, which is a remake of Midship, classic Halo map; Coliseum, Empire, and Fathom. Among these maps, Ben, which are you really looking forward to seeing?
I'm a fan of Coliseum. Not gonna lie.
I think everyone is. The map is so good.
You have to love it. That big kind of fight always for snipe, for rocket control. It's always good. Up next, though, got Strongholds as a game type in Halo 5 Guardians. First to 100-point wins, capture 2 strongholds to score points. We've got Eden, the Rig, Plaza, Coliseum, and Empire. Now, you may look at that list and say, well, I've been playing a lot of Halo 5 Guardians. I've never played Coliseum in Arena. What's that about? Well, we were actually kind of surprised ourselves because we were looking through the official rules and we kind of saw it there. We're like, oh. And I was like, yo, Max. And you were like, yeah. I was like, I've never played Coliseum Strongholds in Halo 5. Have you? And you were like, that's a thing? Like, that kind of caught us all by surprise.
I've played a ton of Arena in Halo 5 Guardians, and I've never once come across
Neither have I.
Coliseum Strongholds.
Is that just us, or is that, are we just,
I
don't
mean,
know.
it
Maybe
might
it's
not
just
even...
us. It might be there, and we just never played it.
Exactly. I mean, like, play a ton. As far as Stronghold's concerned, I feel like I play the Rig, and I play
I play the Rig
Empire.
24/7, bro.
I play the Rig and Empire as much as, like...
It's crazy.
For Stronghold game modes. But we checked out Coliseum. If you guys aren't aware, the 2 main bases will spawn on each bridge on red and blue base, and then there will be a Coliseum also spawning where Sniper spawns on the right side of the map if you're spawning on the red side.
So, looking forward to potentially seeing some of that today for the first time at least. And of course, there is one more game type we should mention, of course, Breakout. And Breakout for today, at least, we'll be using the normal Breakout rules and maps. Of course, they did release the weekend playlist. We'll touch on that in a second. But Altitude, Gamble, Trench, and Trident. 1 life each round. First to 5 rounds wins. Win rounds by eliminating the enemy team or taking a flag to the enemy base. Of course, each map has a neutral flag. But speaking of Breakout, I know we've both played a ton of the new weekly Arena playlist, Arena Breakout, where it's a little bit different than normal Breakout. It uses the standard maps, but of course you have your shields. What do you think about that?
I think it's interesting. I've played a ton on Eden. Eden's a map I've kind of been back and forth on just because of the way the spawns work.
Right.
Both people pretty much spawn right close to Top Cat.
Yep.
And that's like right where the main action goes down. But other maps, Coliseum is great. I mean, I think
Coliseum is good. Coliseum's just a good map in anything, really.
Exactly.
It's like
Midship, I mean,
staple
of Truth in Halo 5 Guardians, also fantastic for this game mode. It'll be interesting to see how the community overall responded to it. I know I've heard nothing but good things from it. As far as adding it to the regular Team Arena playlist, not quite sure how far they'll go with that. I think as its own playlist, I think it stands fantastically.
Do you prefer it over normal Breakout?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, even though they are essentially the same game mode, they're
so different. And the way that they're played is just completely different.
Exactly. Like, with the Breakout maps we're going to see today, Altitude, Gamble, Trident, and Trench, that game mode is extremely simple where it's, okay, you go off the break, you go for your BR or your DMR, you get one player to have that, and then for, say Gamble, for example, you're going to push for camo and get control of that right away, and that's how you're going to play the map. And then for the other maps, for the regular arena, it's more playing around regular power weapons like rocket launcher and shotgun, especially on Eden, like you both want to rush top security and get control of that. I think that is more centered around going for power-ups, and I think that kind of needs to be tweaked in how weapons and overshield and camo spawn on certain maps. But as far as regular Breakout goes, I think certain things like one-hit melees can get a little bit frustrating. That's why I kind of like about.
I just feel like it forces the arena players this weekend forces more teamwork. I feel, as opposed to in the other breakout, you can kind of go off on your own. And you can just I'll kill one guy, I'll kill the second guy. Great, whoop-de-doo, woohoo! Feels good, man. Feels good. But I personally, I really prefer the weekend players that's come out this weekend.
Yes.
So a lot of positive feedback from the Halo 5 community as well. I would personally like to see that replace breakout, just because I think it requires more skill.
The one thing I do like about regular breakout is that
statement.
it's neutral spawns. Everyone spawns exactly the same map. You have the same thing on both sides of the map, so you have a chance to do like unique breakouts, if you would. A little funny there. But
that was awful. Really, is that what today is going to be like? Is this what we have to look forward to?
It'll get a little worse. It'll get a little worse. But that's what I think the game mode really strives on, is that it's literally just it's seeing how teams can formulate better strategies. I think the Arena Breakout player still needs a little bit of tweaking. I mean, right now you see on your screen some Arena Breakout gameplay on Truth, but I don't know. I mean, it's tough because Breakout is like the brand new game mode that everyone's really talking about, that 343 are really pushing with Halo 5 Guardians. It's good to see Arena Breakout. I mean, it's tough because, like, I don't know. It's tough.
I prefer.
I want to say.
I'm just gonna say I like
prefer Arena Breakout, but I think regular Breakout needs some more time really to form into. You see teams actually push. Like today, we'll see some pro teams, their unique breakouts and their unique strategies.
Anyway, we'll take a look at today's bracket and see what teams are currently going to be playing. And we've got some notable teams. We kind of talked about it at the very beginning. We'll start at the very top of the bracket. And some games, we should note, already finished from round one. There's 64 teams signed up for today's $1,000 tournament. Starting with the very, very top there, Timmy Banks. They haven't finished that game. But Evil Geniuses, of course, everyone should know EG. They've already progressed through from round one. They're ready and waiting in round two. They may have some stiff competition when they get to that third round, though, because they're on the same side of the bracket as Optic Halo, Max.
Yep, and obviously EG are not playing with their full roster today. They subbed in APG from Team Envy in place of Lethal. And Optic Halo obviously make a new roster change. They pick up Stellar to finalize their roster for the HWC, which is going to be Assault, Maniac, Flamesword, and Stellar. It'll be really interesting to see how those teams match up in round three. Be one that we're going to obviously take a close look at.
Of course.
I'm going to give it to EG, though. Right now, I'm just going to make a bold prediction.
That's a bold statement, Cotton. See how that pays out. No? I was just trying to join your puns. It wasn't even a pun.
Leave the puns.
Anyway, I'll leave you to do all the puns. But anyway, as we said, EG versus Optic Halo. Expect that to be in round three, winner of that, of course, progressing on to today's quarterfinals. As we scroll down, though, Max, are there any other teams which kind of take your eye?
Yeah, I mean, we should be taking a look at Winter Fox, also a squad that looks really good in Halo 5 Guardians so far. It's going to be Ryan Noob's team along with Arcanum on there as well. That team looks really good. Allegiance looks really good as well. They just made some roster changes. That's going to be Naded's team. And for now, I think those are the four teams that I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Okay.
I'm just going to go ahead and make a bold prediction, even more bold than my EG Optic Halo prediction. I'm going to say EG takes this entire tournament. They look so good. I mean, they are playing with APG, but APG, very good player in his own right from Team Envy. As far as those four teams go, I think those who we'll see really progress to the tournament. It's a shame that Optic and EG have to match up so early, because I think with easier bracket.
Yeah, people may look at that and be like, oh, why two, top 8, top 12 teams playing on the same side of the bracket so early? It's seeding, basically. Of course, this being the kind of one of the first tournaments, still waiting for all the seeds to go through, and then as more tournaments go, you'll start seeing a little bit more placement in brackets, which is more correct, I guess, is the best way of explaining it. But for now, you may have a couple of those high caliber matches in round 2, 3, which kind of sucks, but gives us actual stuff to watch early on, which is always nice. But you're going EG versus Optic Halo. I think you'd be crazy if you didn't.
Yeah. EG looks so good since H2A. And I think Winter Fox also looks really good in this tournament as well.
Yeah, even Kimo today was talking a little bit about Winter Fox today.
Yeah, Winter Fox looked really good. Arcanum, I've been watching a lot of his streams and a lot of his gameplay. He looks really good. Ryan Noob is also a great player who always finds out, quirky strategies really quickly in Halo games. And Spartan also. Spartan looks like an absolute beast. His shot is really crisp in this game. And really, that's one thing we have to really note on is that teams with the better Magnum shots, Magnum is, if you have a good Magnum shot, you're going to be good at Halo 5 Guardians. It's pretty simple right there. And seeing that it's going to be the format for best of threes will be objective, Team Slayer objective. I think it'll be interesting to see if we get breakout and some teams come out with random breakout strategies that other teams might not expect, as far as just like pre-nades and setups on certain maps. But if we get Stronghold and CTF for the 2 objectives, I think the 4 pro teams that we mentioned so far should really run through the tournament.
I think you're right. Breakout really is going to be something to watch out for, especially playing the normal breakout, not the arena breakout suit. No shield, those nades.
Exactly.
People definitely know some nade spots. I was streaming all day yesterday with a couple of Halo guys, and they told me a thing or two about some certain spots. So lots to look out for today. But of course, we'll be streaming live all the action from today's tournament all the way through, of course, to our grand final. Prediction of who makes it there? You saying EG, I assume?
EG.
Versus?
No looking at the bracket, I think Winter Fox on the other side of the bracket as well.
Yep, they are.
I'm going to say EG Winter Fox.
EG Winter Fox final?
Yep.
Okay, like the sound of that. Anyway, for now, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we return, though, we should have our round 2 matchup involving Evil Geniuses. Be right back.